a show that tackles the big issues affecting the BVI and the rest of the Caribbean. Searches for answers to today's big questions and gives viewers a unique perspective on developing stories. Follow the big story with me, Kathy Richards, only on JTV. This show is brought to you by the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, Cyril B. Ramney Tertola Pier Park, NV Salon Spa Nail and Barbershop, HOV Medical, and Digicel. Sign up for Digicel Plus Home Light Bundles, faster internet, movies, and sports. This is The Big Story. I'm Kathy Richards. I want to thank you so much for joining us for this edition. In studio with me are two of our very astute, should I say, women, Honorable Lorna G. Smith and Mrs. Brenda Letsom Tai, though she has retired, she has not retired. And though Honorable Lorna G. Smith is now not a minister as we saw her before, she's still doing a lot. And we're here today to talk about this initiative, something that you have spoken to many times before of wanting to do, and then subsequently you've made that decision as to how you're going to do it. Roots to Resilience, Together We Thrive, an initiative of yours that you're really passionate about. Give us the background to this for those of us who can't remember really what you were talking about.
Thank you, Kathy. Thanks for having us today. And to be clear, while I'm not a minister, I'm the territorial at-large representative, and that is where I was first elected. And as a minister, when I was a minister, I always thought, I was convinced actually, that in addition to be saying a minister for trade, you also had your territorial at-large obligations to fulfill. And so it was in about May or June that I asked a young woman who was working with me to come up with some ideas that she thought would work in the community in terms of building the community. And Kathy, she came up with 14.
Wow.
14 ideas. And the ideas were very interesting. They were around beautification. They were around, yes, cleaning, but not just cleaning up. I'm going to come back to it. Brenda and I will talk about what we meant by cleaning up. They were around community building. And she was really interested in the older generation, meeting and engaging with the younger generation so that we would, strengthen our communities. Another area that she was interested in was the whole area of the environment. And because it was, as I said, an at-large, these things were all at-large matters, I kept thinking to myself, well, who best to put together this multifaceted program? And my spirit led me to none other than Brenda Letsom Tai. So to answer your question very specifically, it's, as I said, it's a multifaceted program. It is comprised of beautifying the British Virgin Island, developing stronger communities by putting the older and the younger together, cleaning up, and of course, as I've said before, the environmental side of it would be planting trees. There are about 7 projects, 7 programs, and I'm glad that we have gotten to this point where we can talk about it, because it's been in the making for a number of months. We've presented to the caucus of the government. We've presented to the House of Assembly, and we've gone back and forth in terms of making sure that it was a right fit for everyone. We've had an excellent response from the community to the extent that they understand what it is, and so I'm very glad today to talk about the program. I'm just going to probably list out the 7 areas very quickly.
Before we get to the second areas in depth, I want to hear from Mrs. Letsum Tai. I know of her passion for things community, not just sports and culture and all of that. But I've heard you on so many occasions talk about wanting to see the BVI a more beautiful place. You reminisce so much on what it used to look like back in the days and how we worked together to make things beautiful and comfortable for everyone. So when you would have heard from Honorable Smith and these ideas, what is it that jumped out to you to say, listen, this lady that's in retirement, ready not to be retired anymore, because this is it for me to do?
Well, honestly, I was very, very thrilled that she thought of me. But when Honorable Smith presented her idea, she will tell you, I was so excited. I was so grateful that someone was finally addressing all these issues, as you said, I've talked about for many years. The fact that we need to beautify our communities. We need to beautify them and not wait for the government or somebody else. It's our place. And that's one of our taglines, by the way, is our place. And therefore, we need to make sure that it is vibrant, that it is growing, that it's not stagnant. And we need to do this not only for ourselves, but for our children and future generations to come.
Looking at the program, the project as it is, are you confident that the people of the territory, it's going to be a buy-in without question?
I honestly believe it will, because I think we are at a point in time where we are ready. We are ready. We want to see our spaces more beautiful. We want to see them clean. We've had a couple days of rain, and people are losing their minds because the mud and the water. I listen to them, and they're like, "Oh my God, we need to clean this. We need to fix this." But the thing is, our initiatives are community-based. We are going from the ground up. We are engaging every single person who lives in this territory. Every single person. No matter where they come from, as long as you are here, we're talking to you.
And you, this for you is Lorna in your corner.
Yes, and I'm as excited, even more excited than Brenda is. You notice she already has her. Wait, oh, you wait, you see, she's branded.
I am branded.
Look, Brenda brought this whole concept to life. As I said, we had 14 things, and I must commend the young lady who continues to work with us on the project. But Brenda brought it to life. She's going to tell you more. She's been talking to the influencers. She's been talking she's been getting her pictures of which areas to tackle first. She's been speaking to ministers. She's been talking to everybody.
Okay.
So, and I love Brenda's. It is a passion project, as you started out by saying. It's so much of a passion project that she not only says it's our place. She also came up with the tagline, beauty is by nature.
Oh, nature.
Beauty, where is more beautiful than BVI?
Yeah.
Clean is by choice.
Okay.
That's the two. That's putting the two together.
Beautiful.
Beauty is by
nature. Clean is by choice.
So we want us all to have a choice. Make that choice.
Make that choice.
Make that choice.
Embrace that choice.
A beautiful
to have
Virgin
a beautiful
Islands.
Virgin Islands.
An even more beautiful Virgin Islands.
Even more beautiful Virgin
Islands.
Yes.
So you want to run
Reclaim.
through us the 7 points?
Yes, just very quickly, within that tagline, we have starting this month, we're going to do what we call Paint the Town, and that's why I'm saying it's a beautification project. We started out with 3 areas. We thought we'd do East End and Long Look, which are the, you know, the, what you call them, the gateway,
yes,
so to speak.
And they're just like one.
And then we said we would have done Anegada, and then did we say just Van Dyke? There were 3 areas we were going to do, but we're going to start with the funds that we have. So we're going to start with East End, with the paint. When I say paint the town, Brenda's going to elaborate on it, but we're going to be not just painting the town. We're going to make the place more attractive.
Okay.
You know, it would call for cleaning the verges of the streets, scraping some areas, and putting some paint in.
Oh, it's so with some
To
literal,
make
It's literal,
colorful place.
Yes, we're beautifying
It's
the
literally
place.
beautifying,
It's beautifying.
Okay.
And then we have another one, the second one, we call, Brenda again, clear the clutter. This is derelict removal, derelict vehicle removal. And we know that Minister Wheatley, as the minister responsible for health and social development, has been very keen on this project, and so he is doubly keen now that we are on board and able and ready to help. We're also going to be working along with his the director of solid waste, Mr. Solomon, out of
The waste management department.
yes.
Yeah.
And but we're being very realistic.
Yes.
We start in December with the beautification side of it. We start in December, and the fact that we're starting in East End doesn't mean that you cannot start in Road Town,
Okay.
right?
Okay. You're
But
calling
we
on
need
persons to take personal
To take
responsibility.
personal responsibility. This is what makes it so interesting.
Okay.
So then we declare the clutter. We thought, well, we don't want to, you know, put too many things on people. So let's look at that for January,
Okay.
because we have to look at a place to put the derelict vehicles, make sure that they can be, you know, crushed, shipped out, and so on.
Okay.
So, and these derelict vehicles, as you know, are all over the territory. And then another exciting one we're going to do over a period of time is, this is where the culture comes in. And we call it Tradition Meets Tomorrow, where it's really an exciting, as I said, multifaceted project, where we will have seniors. I'm a senior myself. Cultural icons that you can think of in the community would do workshops, teaching people life skills, how to cook in the traditional sense, you know, the dove pork kind of thing, making tarts, whatever it is. They learn how to sew and how to manage accounts as we used to. We didn't have a lot of money then, but we managed, and we managed very well.
Simple things like having a piggy bank.
Yes, those sorts of things. So the young people will learn these traditions, and at the same time, we're not looking at it as a one-way street. It's the swapping. I might be a senior, but I want to learn how to use
A smartphone.
how you know so good. It's not rocket science, right? But for me, sometimes it is.
I'm not even close to your age yet, but I struggle.
I'm telling you.
I look for the younger ones.
So we want
to
the
help
younger.
me, yeah.
You got it then.
Yes.
So we want that swapping to happen.
Yes.
So the young ones will teach the
Yes.
older ones how to use smartphones, how to do various things like that. This will go on over a period of time. Then we have our Wisdom Week, which would be a senior-led mentorship program for young people. Brenda, you want to speak to the rest of them?
We came up with the name Wisdom Week, and I said there's no way a week is long enough for us to do this mentorship.
Yes.
So it's actually going to be a year-long experience with connecting the seniors and our young people again. We're looking at life lessons you know, career advice, personal stories for the young people. And we're looking at the connections and offering guidance. You know, sometimes you do have a family member, but sometimes it's more effective if you have someone who isn't related to you, who take you under their wing and guide you through life. We also expect the swapping of information to happen there as well. What we intend to do is we're going to make every effort to successfully match the youth to the senior. Okay. So we're going to do some pre-surveys, gather information on either side, do the match. And then at the end, because it's a year long, at the end, do that same survey again to see the development on both sides, to see the outcomes, monitoring and evaluating the success of the program. But also, we want to have quarterly sessions in between so that we can monitor how the program is going. This one I am so excited about, because I can't wait to see the, you know, the vibrancy. And we all know older people need young people around them to help them to retard their Alzheimer's, to keep their brains sharp, you know. So we expect this to be a mutually beneficial relationship between the seniors and the youth. And that one is, yes, the mentorship. It's our mentorship program. I'm looking forward to that. You want me to continue?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell us the other one.
Okay,
yes.
the roots and branches.
No, I love this.
Roots and branches, plant a tree for the future. And this, without question, the hurricanes did us in. We were just coming back and along came Ernesto. And Ernesto apparently not only one of the lucky few who still have their fruit trees in the yard, but apparently this time even the fruit trees are gone. You know, so it's like this is a perfect opportunity for us to replant what we have lost. For those who did not plant before, there was a lovely time to start planting fruit trees, planting back the mahoganies, planting back the cedars that were gone. When you look around, you can see the holes. You can see where plants used to be, you know. And although it looks green, a lot of the green are tamarins, then because we lost our indigenous plants, our trees. So this is an opportunity for us to get those back. Now, we may or may not see them grow to their full height in our lifetime, but we will be replenishing the forestry. Also, I think it's very important to understand that trees do grow small, but slowly. But we don't want any small tree. We want when you plant the tree, you see there's a tree there. Okay. So we're looking at a tree that is at least 4 feet high. A tree. You know, and we are going to be reaching out to 2 areas. We're going to be reaching out to the businesses that sell plants, and we're going to be reaching out to our local planters. Farmers. Yes. So we're going to be looking at both streams to get us these plants. And one of the things I must say here, we are not dictating to any community what they wish to plant. This is where I'm going to get to influencers and community people. This is where the community will say, well, you know, we lost all our fruit trees. Can you give us some fruit trees to plant? Or we lost our tree over there. Can we replace that tree?
And we as a community are going to come together.
And we as a community are going to come together and do that planting. And mind that planting. So there's no payment in any of this. Get it straight. We're not paying people to do this work.
That's where the community development.
This is the community is going to, what do they call it? The community is going to reclaim their community spirit, and come and reclaim their communities.
Nice. I don't know if you would have seen it, but I would have seen the connection there. You talk, yes, physically about plants coming from the root to the branches. But when you look at the other aspects of it, where we talk about the seniors and the younger generation, the seniors are the roots and the young
roots to resilience.
That's what you see.
That's the roots to resilience.
Roots to resilience in every way.
She got it.
She got it straight away.
Roots to resilience.
Well thought out. So those are all the.
There's one more. Oh no, we're not. Oh yes,
Arts
this one.
from the heart.
Art from the heart. This is a recyclables competition and silent auction. So we're looking at encouraging creativity in taking, the recyclables. We produce a lot of waste, getting that waste and turning it into something beautiful. We're going to sell in the auction, and some of the monies will go towards community projects, and some will go back into fueling more supplies for the programs. We're looking at the proceeds with local charities and community projects. And as it's a competition, we haven't defined all the rules yet, but the competition can definitely be between communities, since it's and hopefully we get to display. We want to have an art show of the best in class.
Yes,
there is a lot of interest in this one. I had somebody from Virgin Border yesterday calling up about this.
Wow.
The recyclables.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's a big thing.
Oh, absolutely now.
Yes.
Green BI is very active. Yes.
They have grown, and
Yes.
I love to see the catch around it, and persons are becoming more and more aware of its importance and buying it. But while a lot of these things you're looking for the community's involvement, it warrants you getting some funds yourself to push off this. How is this being funded?
It's about community development, and we hope that the community will contribute. We were fortunate to get an initial seed funding from a member, some person who used to live here before, and is being channeled through the Rotary Club of Tortola. And that would give us the funding for the first project, which is the painting the town. And we are sincerely hoping, and I'm saying it now, I believe Brenda, who is always ahead of the game, I believe she has reached out to the businesses. But we certainly hope that, we would make a contribution, or we would buy some of the paint that is necessary, the equipment, paint, brushes, whatever that is necessary. But we are certainly hoping that the business community will pitch in and also donate to this Paint the Town project. We are, of course, hoping the labor we hope will come free. People will
community
want
groups
the community
groups,
even
together.
School children needing community hours. And we know that the your Rotary Club, as well as others, our Rotary Club is keen on hands-on projects and so on. So this is where the labor would come in. And I started out by saying, we're not just going to slap paint.
No.
Clean
it
up so that the whole area looks nice and tidy. We have to keep it that way as well.
Can I say, now that we're talking about the first project, can I say that for those who question, because they will ask why, even though it was said why, we're starting with Easton and Long Look. It is the entry portal to the territory. And this is the first thing that any visitor, including ourselves, when we come home, this is what we see. So it behooves us to take responsibility and beautify what is ours. Again, is our place. And therefore, we are looking at having not just a community, but we want to engage the family members of who these properties belong to, and have them also. We will supply as much of we will provide as much of the supplies as we possibly could. So what we're really looking for is labor. We're going to need some lovely string trimmers, and we're going to need some power washers, and we're going to need some, certain skills to prepare for us to do the actual painting. And what is most important, because trust me, it will be beautified. What is most important is keeping it beautiful.
Right.
And to that end, I had a conversation, I'm not sure if it was with Honorable or someone else, that perhaps we need to appoint persons. And that's where our influencers come in. Because what we recognize, I am one person. I'm a team of one. So therefore, I am reaching out to the community, and every community has persons who have influence within the community.
Yes, yes.
So we have been reaching out to the influencers in each community, and we are going to be working closely with them, and they'll be working closely with us to get the persons on the ground engaged and, excited and come out and do the actual work. But we're also going to ask those persons to monitor after we have done the work, to monitor the upkeep of each section of whatever we do. We will continue to monitor to ensure that our communities, each community is vital to the whole. None is more important than the other. So each community remains beautiful and vital to the development of the territory.
And while you are going to be doing the paint the town in East End, and persons now hearing of this and they are in other communities wanting to jump on board and say, hey, I'm not wait for you to decide we're coming to my area. I will bring together my people and we're gonna.
Beautiful.
You read my mind actually, because I was going to reiterate that very same point. I was very heartened to get a text message from a woman who said to me, I would like to see the bandstand restored or fixed or, beautified. And, and I think she even said that I am willing to make a contribution.
Nice.
So if we could have people, Brenda, from various communities, just let us know.
Let us know
What you're doing. We're building a website.
We're building a website. We're going to have a Facebook page. We have a
Facebook
Facebook page.
Yes.
Yes.
And so get in touch with us and let us know so that we can coordinate the whole community effort.
Okay, so I'm hearing the sound out now that if you think we're beautiful now, watch as we come together even stronger.
You bet. Well, that's why we repeat. We are beautiful by nature.
Yes.
We are clean by
By
choice.
choice.
So
and we're making that choice.
Yes,
to stay
we're
clean.
making that choice. We spoke last week. First, I believe we spoke even before we put out the press release. We spoke to one of the Rotary clubs, and one of the suggestions, you always get these excellent suggestions. One excellent suggestion was to involve faith-based organizations.
Yes.
And certainly we plan to reach out to them. We would like it to be two ways so that they could also reach out to us.
And don't
so
forget
that we can work
Pathfinders.
together.
Of course.
They are very
Of
much a
course.
part of the faith-based organization, because we can see them contributing a lot to this. It is not everything that the government has to be doing. I mean, we as a community can do a lot for ourselves.
To build on that, and when I think of the which one is it? Oh, no, there's so many. The clear the clutter. And yes, that Honorable Wheatley and his team already have an initiative in place.
Yes.
But that is a top-down initiative because it's coming from the government. Whereas we're coming from the bottom up. And if we continue to do that, we're going to meet in the middle.
Yes.
And and when we meet in the middle and we have the same cause, we must make an impact.
What a beautiful note for us to conclude this on.
I love that idea.
Yes.
Meeting in the middle.
Yes. You come from there, I come from there, we're here,
yes.
we ship it off. All right, beautiful. I'm so happy to hear this, and I can see this going forward, the way you envisage it, and as you go forward, there's so many suggestions that are going to be coming forward. Help make it even better. And so we're going roots to resilience.
Together we thrive.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, ladies, for stopping by and sharing this idea. I know it's going to be a buy. Eastern going to love you all even more.
Road town too.
But Eastern have been crying. We're the port of the port of entry is down there, and you know the place looks so
I
ugly.
have some ideas for parking in Rotown too.
We'll
so-
come to that
Okay,
in the next
Another
conversation.
time, yes.
Yes. All right. So once again, thank you so much for stopping by and sharing, and thank you for the pleasure of your time. I'm Kathy Richards. Thank you for joining us here on The Big Story.